Well, hello, and welcome back, y'all. Today I have something special. I decided to do this one off camera so I could concentrate fully on what I was doing, and I am so glad I did. I love how this turned out. Everything in here is so freaking cool. I used City Living and Base Game. Now, if you download this, you're going to see that there's also high school years and seasons in here. I don't know why. I don't remember what items I used, but I can pretty much guarantee that it is a decorative piece or two, like literally one or two pieces. So don't let that deter you. Those pieces just won't download for you, and that's okay. Not a big deal. I want to show you around the outside. The outside is so cool. Here I used platforms and I sunk this down by one, and I used the little L-shaped platform, put it next to it, added some dirt floor, and added some greenery on both sides of the house, which is so cool. Love it. On the porch, I was going to do a chess table, but I have a chess table out there in the little park area, so I just put down some chairs and some greenery on the wall here. This is actually like this. And also there is a platform, so this does sink in once I push it into the wall a little bit. It does sink down into the platform, which is fine because I like how that looks. I think it looks great. We do have basement access down here, which we will go down later. Around the house, there's just some basic landscaping, nothing much because there was a lot going on. I love this fencing for this house. It worked out so great. We've got some activity and skill items in the backyard. Not a ton going on back here, but there are things to do. So that's always a good thing. Grill, as always. Patio table. I did upload this to the gallery, and after I realized I hadn't tested it, so what ended up happening is this chair she couldn't sit in, so I had to scoot the table out just a little bit. So if you download this, you will have to move the table over just a wee bit, which is fine. Got a trash can outside. This is my favorite part here, is this little park section. I didn't know what to do with it, so I was like, yeah, we'll get some more activity and skill items over there. So I did. Turned it into a little park. I don't know how that works in actual gameplay. I assume that other Sims can actually use it as well. But we've got a chess table, the fountain, a picnic table, grill, trash can, telescope, and a little place to sit. Over here, I've got a full-size basketball court with lights all over, place to sit, and somebody left their other sports equipment. I also have a few basketballs just sitting around. At night, basketball court is lit up enough. I have some lights in each of these four corners inside the bushes and one in the middle of this fountain just to kind of brighten it up just a wee bit. Lights on the porch and light out back so your Sims can see what they're doing, right? Right. Now I want to show you the inside. Love it. It's so cool. Once you walk in, you have this elevated platform entry with all your entry items and a bat for security. So you need that, right? Anyway, ceiling has been painted with white carpet to kind of replicate a popcorn ceiling. I like doing that sometimes. I couldn't fix the roof, and no matter what roof trim I used, it did not matter. That roof still kept clipping, so I just left it. Got a nice little bookcase there. It's actually a bookcase door. Some decor. Down here, you step down into the cozy little living room with everything you could possibly need. Again, I used as much City Living as I could. There were certain things that I was like, yeah, no, I'm not using that. So I went with Base Game instead, and I think it looks great. Over here is the kitchen dining area, which I think looks pretty cool. I know, I think it all looks cool because I did it, right? This is one of the ones that I'm fairly impressed with myself, at least on the exterior. The interior, I'm not impressed with myself, but it does look kind of nice. We've got the fork and spoon and a fork and knife this time. We've got some items here on the counter with some blinds that I made smaller by 2, raised up the books and the baskets to fit on that shelf. And then here, I didn't want it to just be the overhead all by itself, and I didn't want the overhead to go up, and I didn't want a full cabinet, so I used the top of the overhang for spices and cookbooks, which I think it's a pretty unique idea if I do say so myself, and since I'm alone I am saying it myself, but that's okay. Some aprons and a trash can over there. If we go through this door here, this is the office area, and again I used as much of the City Living as possible. We've got bills that they're working on getting paid, a little Zen garden, Kleenexes, things like that. We've got some decorative items there. I wanted a hanging plant there so bad, but I could not find one because City Living nor Base Game have hanging plants, which really kind of sucked. This shelf, I had to place everything on the top shelf, the radio and CDs, and the box and magazine. I had to place those with the Alt key, so they're not 100% placed right, as you can see, but by the time I realized it, I'd already uploaded it to the gallery, so my apologies for that. But you can't really tell. It's okay. We're just going to ignore it. We come out here, we go through the bookcase door, and it's downstairs bathroom. You've got your sink, mirror, tub, all the things that you could possibly need and want, as well as a few decorative features that took me a minute to find. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to remind you to hit that like button, leave your comments, questions, and suggestions down below, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget that notification bell. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. This room here is the spare bedroom. I guess mom moved in, or dad moved in, somebody moved in for a minute. So that's what this room is here, primarily pink and purple, which I believe is a pretty cool combination, especially with all the decor that was up here. When I placed the curtains, I had to move the window out and then alt place the curtain where I wanted it because they were snapping a little too far away from the window. But because I was also using Base Game and City Living, I couldn't use that little curtain rod trick, so I just added those little purple hangy thingies, which are so cool. Some clutter here and there. A picture on that wall. It does look a little bare on that wall, but again, if I had hanging plants, it would have been different, but I didn't, so I left it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Back door is through this hallway. Nothing going on here in this hallway. I probably could have put a plant or something there, but I didn't. And I didn't want to affect the stairwell because sometimes if you place something in certain spots under the stairs, your Sims can't access the stairs. So I just left it that way. But there is the back door. We go upstairs. Here is the small hallway. Again, I was trying to find things that would kind of fit in here that wouldn't make it too squishy. So I got a small plant there, a little table with some plants. Really pretty picture. I like that picture. And then here I did this little trick where you place the original piece and then you grab the same piece, make it smaller by one, and it'll snap right in there. And you can have this look like it's meant to be that way. It's just a piece of art. That's what we'll call it. Here's the main bedroom, which, yeah, I like this too. We got your reading little nook over there. Ignore the bag of money on the floor. We've got baby Yoda, which is so cute. I love baby Yoda. Little closet, canopy bed, and that picture there is just a perfect fit, and that was completely by accident. And on this wall over here, there is a print on the wall. We've got lotions and other clutter on the tables, which is great. We've got these spotlights instead of lamps, which are also great. And there's also a full bathroom upstairs, which is through this door. I kind of like this bathroom too. Same color scheme, same items as the downstairs bathroom, except up here there is a shower and a linen, I wouldn't say cabinet, but linen shelving with a plant. The tub does work as is. Shower with the half wall next to it, some robes, and other colorful decor as best I could do it. You look out the window and there's the backyard. That is actually a pretty view of the water. I like it. I think it turned out better than I expected, to be honest. I really, really like how this turned out. I had so much fun doing it. Usually when I build, the outside is the last thing I build. But this time, it was not. It was the first thing I built because I was trying to figure out, I didn't want the house to be any bigger, but I didn't want it to be any smaller. So yeah, the outside was the first thing that I did, and I'm so glad I did. It just looks so cool. It's like you're living next door to a park. It's actually your own property, but you built it so other people could enjoy the park as well. So let's go down in the basement. At the bottom of the basement stairs, you do have a little planter pot or potted plants. You walk in and this is your activity workout bar room. Whatever you want it to be, it is what that is. So we've got a little workout section over here. Got movie posters all over the walls, games table, keyboard, playmat, a little table to sit and have your drinks that you get from the bar, more posters, autographed at that. That's why they are behind the bar. There's also music, and then over here in this corner is the tiny little bathroom. Oh, I forgot the mirror. Dang it. And the towel and the toilet paper. I'm so sorry. But hey, it's a bathroom. You can use the toilet. I also have a dartboard over here. It is not in anybody's way. Just be careful when you open the door coming out of the bathroom because somebody might be playing darts. I don't think that's a thing in The Sims, but it should be. And that, my friends, is the whole build. I love how it came out. It's so fun. It's so interesting. It's different. I've been trying to do different builds, and to do different builds, sometimes I need to fully concentrate on what it is that I'm doing so that I can build something that I'm happy with. You can download this off the gallery. And yes, I did misspell my shoe note, but we'll ignore that part. But it's hashtags Lil Mama Momma-One and City Living in Moschino, which is the title, City Living in Moschino. I will say I do like these thumbnails. Thumbnails came out pretty good. Usually I've got, a tree or something in the way, but the thumbnails are really, really good. So anyway, if you guys do download this one and use it in your gameplay, please do let me know how it works out for you. Let me know if you like the layout and if it's functional for your Sims, and if not, tell me why. Other than this table here, like I said, I had to shift that a little bit. Oh, the other one that I had to shift, so you know if you download it, was this chair. She couldn't sit in it, so I had to move the bookcase over just like a hair, maybe like from right about here to here, and then I moved the chair back just a little bit and she was able to sit in it. But those are the two things that I had trouble with when I tested it after I uploaded it. So again, my apologies for that. But otherwise, everything else works great. There are no issues. Everything is wonderful. And if you download this one and play around with it and make it look different, change out the landscaping, what have you, let me know so I can go check it out because I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what you did to make it better, because anybody can always make something better, especially if it's one of my things. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys get inspiration and that you're able to use this one. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave those down below as well. And until next time, y'all, have fun.